On the ridges around me, there's actually been a fair amount of shale energy development that's occurred. I'm standing in a pipeline right away, so beneath my feet there's at least one gas line carrying gas away from the well pads that are up here on the mountain. Who are the primary stakeholders in shale energy development?
So that could be politicians, that could be elected officials, we'll say in a broader sort of a way, as well as community members that are being impacted or trying to manage the implications of shale development.
There's so much gas in here, so much pressure that I can jump up and down and not sink too far down.
Not all of the biomass that goes into a digester degrades into gas.
Indoor urban agriculture can be done without any natural light.
So here we have some butterhead lettuce, almost full grown. This farm definitely fits a very specific market niche.
It is that balance, that exchange that really controls sea level. And that's why those of us who live in Pennsylvania might and should care about what happens to glaciers and ice sheets so far away.
What happens when a hurricane's coming ashore and the ocean is responding to the very strong winds as that storm moves ashore. On the left you can see what happens in terms of wind damage. And
constant continuous wave CW, so we have a loop. Instead of a linear cavity, we have a loop cavity.
But you can also think of these other levels of issues that are more, let's say in this case, global. So see here we have a system of interacting parts, we have a central issue, and we see that it is multi-level or multi-scalar.
Unwrap the pipette tips over the tubes and use the bulb to eject the enzyme mixture. Taking the bulb off the pipette tip to refill it with air will prevent sucking the mixture back up into the bulb.
So this problem actually deals with writing a material balance equation. Assume that this is 100, then we can solve. We can solve everything here.
Once you have your prices, you can slide the inner card until the arrow on one side of the windows points to the price for that fuel.
What we're going to do is to orient those so that they all lie directly on top of each other. The easiest way to do this is to take all of the bonds that hold the layers together, break all but one of them.
Hello, this is David DiBiase here to talk to you about professionalism in geographic information science and technology. This course is an alternative to the required first course many students take when they start one of our certificate or degree programs. It's designed for students who come to us with a lot of experience in GIS.
how I got into GIS was really by chance. I grew up all over the world and really wanted to keep traveling, and GIS allowed me to do that.
The course challenges students to think critically, consider alternative viewpoints, and question their own assumptions when analyzing why human events occur over place and time. I hope you enjoy studying the geographic foundations of geospatial intelligence.
Instead of having a square where each of the sides of the cell are equal because they're all the length A, here I'm going to have a length A and a length B.
This is an output of 5, right? Because at 5, to produce the 5th unit, you incur a marginal cost of $35.
So if we think about how the power injected by G1 gets to the load at node 3, there are 2 possible paths. Some of the power injected at node 1